Hey, it's Erwin here. Van Geet opening checkmate. I won. I updated my statistics. I played a lot of games yesterday. I think 8 games. I went 7-1 yesterday. Today 1-0. 74, 15 and 2. And 91 games played against uh, opponents at my level. 81.3% win rate, 83.5% non-lose rate. Goal 1,000 games played on against my level opponents. Now let's go check over the Van Geet opening. Van Geet opening. 44.4% chance of white wins, or and 44.4% chance that black wins. Even game. And I played as black and I won with 44.4% chance. It's a good solid opening. Anyway, so let's go through the game. It was a thrilling game. Only one mistake, one blunder. There's blunders are things that you could cost you the game, but I survived it. Knight c3, f5, knight f3, g6. He's knight e5, d6, threatening the knight. Not a big deal. He chases it down, but he wastes a move. Activates my bishop, allows me to have my queen still moving and my knight here or here, preferably on this square, because now I can attack more squares, like here, there, and there, and there, rather than just there and rather than just where, there, or there. Okay, and then we'll keep going. E3, pawn advances, like development, and queen D3. Normally, you don't want to move your queen too early in the game, but I wanted to open up a line to grab space. Oops, not do it that way. Sorry, like this, and then that. X-ray this all the way through, and then I wanted some of that piece. Somehow find a way to make that happen. So, wanted to castle speedily, get a chance to get that opening. Then he opened with that. And then I countered with a castle queenside long. E5. Now I wanted to get out my knight. Attacking the knights. Don't like it when my opponent has knights. Now I knew this was dangerous because that's not that way. Sorry, this way. This is a check and a pawn take it, and from there you can go from anywhere. So I guarded them both. Here he attacks my knight. Obviously I attack his knight, and I mean not just attack. I take his knight and then I check him. Doubled his pawns. You don't want to have double pawns, and later something amazing happens. C6. Now knight f6, h4, knight d. Yes, I admit I skipped one move. Doesn't matter so much to me. Knight for knight, pair of knights each of us have taken out. This is a solid move, protects this pawn, so I can't take that. But then this is already protected on his double pawns situation. So I back up. I don't know why I did that. I think protecting the queen, but I don't need that. Okay, this is good. It shuts down the lane for me to come into here and do some damage. Oops, not that way. Obviously, bishops can only... I can't move my thing. Okay, I did this so I could take this and then later exchange this, or later you do that. I was hoping he'd fall for it and not move here or there, but I was assuming that he wouldn't. And it's always good that you don't assume that your opponent will make the worst possible move or will make a bad move. You assume that your opponent will make a good move, like moving this up here away. Instead, he did this, taking it and tripling his pawns, which doubling is already doubled pawns is already bad. Now he has a tripled pawn, and that ain't good. Triple pawn. So I take his rook. He takes my bishop, so I was a +2 on that, and then I take his bishop back. +2 +3 is a +5. That what the hell? He must have had no, just on that trade it was a +5, but then overall I was probably a +4 in the entire game because I don't know, maybe I was down. Now I do +5 in the entire game. Taking the pawn, you threaten. Now look, I have access to this, and or a choice to take that. And this one can remain, but you don't know what he's gonna do next. If he goes here, yeah, he has this to protect. If I take, and he has this double defense. If he takes, I have this, or he can keep on taking all the way through, and then he can't advance anymore because, well, my king's not there. Wait, I can shut him. No, he can't go diagonally, so I can shut him off this way. And then I decided to take this way, guaranteed one. Although I could have taken there, but I didn't want to double my pawns. Doubling my pawns would be bad. Although he could easily take that back, and it would avoid that situation, and he probably would. He threatens my rook, solid, but easily. I can't move my rook there because he can take it. I'll lose 5 points. Because if this was a light square, if this was a square that he could not go to, for example, a light square, then I could easily move there and then target that pawn and get the check. Maybe get a queen out of it later in exchange, upping up 3 or up a piece. It would be solid. Not great, but solid. So I decide to attack his bishop, and then he retreats, and then attacks the pawn. I get a check. And now on kingside, he moves away. Now I can trade, or what the fuck? I could trade here, or I could attack with the pawn. I didn't want to trade. I wanted to keep my piece, and so I take the pawn, and then he gives me this offer. He offers me a trade, and I'm like, what are my options? I can't. Can I go here, there, 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 there? I'm treating it like a king. Or I can go here, there. Then these are not great moves. Oh, this is horrible, obviously. Here, that's horrible. That's okay. Nah, these don't do anything. But at least, when I take it, I'm up 4 now. The lead is increasing. Then his best pieces is off the floor. So when I exchange it, so oops, what the fuck? Now it's just a rook move. So now he's targets here. And now I want to get that battery created. A battery is when you double stack pieces. So if I go here, I create a battery. But notice that this is dark square, and his bishop is on a dark square, so it's on a wrong color square. That's what it's called, wrong color. And so I want to get it on a white square, so I can evade that and then attack that. But it's smart because now I can't. It's on a light square, it's not on a dark square. So I can't check him without having the threat of a bishop over there and attacking that spot. But I tried to create that battery anyway, and he pawns up instead of trying to move his rook and defending, and or attacking a free pawn. and doing damage down low like this, and then eating up space in the corners and middle. Well, not middle. And I decided to protect. I don't know what I was thinking here. I think maybe I was trying to do protect these. I don't know. Yeah, I got tempted by the free pawn. Well, not free, but I was up 5 now, so I want to eliminate every chance my opponent has because look, this is easy pawns through promotion. If he gets past this, and well, yeah, promotion pushes out this somehow. Promotion, he has to get past this one. So I got rid of them. Stronger opponent, maybe I would have thought twice, but yeah, speed things through a little bit here. Now I take just to shut down the potential, but then this leaves this open. But I have this rook open to shut it down, but then he has this. Bring up 5. It's an okay sacrifice. If I go simply up and not take, he can promote because he has this bishop backing, and I have like nothing really, just this. And yeah, I can sacrifice my rook to get that queen out of the way, but I wouldn't want to have to do that. So I take it away from him. I'm assuming he's going to take this. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he takes it back. Since I have my battery, it was safe to make a check. And batteries are really useful if you do it right. Now I can attack here or there. Sorry. Attack here or there. Or I per double assist. Having a rook on this file. There's number 2 or 7. Seventh is really strong, especially if in the end game when no pieces are there. And he tries to promote his pawn. Oops, sorry. Tries to promote his pawn, but instead I try to force attacks. Of course, that's not forcing, but it decides to move away for some reason. Rather than pushing his pawn to increase the probability of promotion. This allows me now to sink one more. If he had kept the, oops, sorry. If he had kept it here, I couldn't push here, because then he could just easily take. So that was a mistake on his part. So I did that. I checked him, and he's gonna respond with this blockage. Obviously, his best and only move. Then I check on him instead of doing this, taking that. Now he has to move. What are his options? His options are here. He could go here or there. Let's see what he does in the actual game. He goes there instead of attacking. That was another mistake he made. If he had moved there instead of, oops, sorry, instead of going here, he went, instead of going there, if he had gone here, he goes attacks this, and he does defends this. Well, okay, it's not a solid defense because this is there, but at least he attacks this. But just for some reason, he chose to go there. He didn't think that one through fully, so I took his bishop. Now he's trying to, he's still trying to get his, pawn to promote. He doesn't do anything because I just check him. That's a solid move. It attacks my king while also allowing him his pawn to remain there and giving still more chance to get a promotion. But then he still has to find a way to protect this. It's a bad position. You're there. You need it to be behind him or in front of him. This would have been the ideal spot, but a rook can't move that way. But and besides, this rook is defending it. So I move it away. You know, he tries to push, probably for promotion. So now I use basic fundamentals for a checkmate, swapping rooks both times, and then from there to keeping them, and then eventually they're forcing him up, forcing moves there. I check, basic checkmates. Now it's over. I respect this opponent because he didn't go through the rest. Now his only move was to move up there to block and checkmate as I take his rook. So if you like this video, subscribe, join, what the, subscribe, share this with one friend, hit the bell icon. Alright, Geet victory.